What is up, Vikings fans? It's Gage here. Welcome to your Real Skull Talk. And today, I'm going to be discussing if Kirk Cousins should be back as a Viking, or will Kirk go to free agency, and what could possibly happen. Kind of the process of how he did with the Commanders or the Washington Redskins back then. So Kirk Cousins he tore his ACL, which is a big injury, especially him being 35 years old. It's pretty significant. He was having like an MVP year. He's still top 10, top 15 in touchdown and TDs, and we're like in the last few weeks of the season, so it shows he was having a caliber year. So his value will be up. And Kirk Cousins, he just finished his 6th season with the Vikings, and as a Viking, he has a winning record. And he is overall in his career 1-3. His first win coming in 2020 with the Vikings in the playoffs, or 2021, I mean, the year after. And he won a playoff game against the Saints, and then I forget who we faced and we lost to, but yeah, we faced the Saints, won against them, and then we lost the following week. So Kirk Cousins 1-3 in the playoffs in his entire 12-year career. And he's a very consistent player. He gets like 4,000 yards. And I believe in 2020 he had 4,500 yards, 35 TDs, and 8 picks, somewhere around that. So Kirk Cousins essentially is a very consistent player. Very consistent. But Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. And I'm going to emphasize he is not elite. And I will say elite because Kirk Cousins has been here 12 years. And Ryan Tannehill has done more than Kirk Cousins. Ryan Tannehill, his first season in the Titans, he led him to a championship game. His first season. And let's be honest, the Titans are the Titans. Like, they're not very good. The only two players they have is him and A.J. Brown was there, so he was decent, but he was injured a lot when he was with the Titans. And it was Derrick Henry, and Ryan Tannehill he's been with around the same time Kirk Cousins went to the Vikings. He's been with the Titans. This is his 5th season. He's been to 3 playoff games, and he's 2-3. He has a better record than Kirk Cousins. It's not a great record, but still it's more than Kirk. So it shows me a lot. And I know the Mike Zimmer regimen was not great, but let's be honest. If you're elite, that's not going to stop you. You're still going to rally your team up. Look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is an elite quarterback, Hall of Famer. Look what he's done. He was the Colts, which is one of the worst teams in the league at that time, and their defense is very average. But he had a stellar offense, and he led them to many playoff wins, championship games, and then eventually won the Super Bowl over Chicago Bears in 2002. And it shows, and that's the difference. Kirk Cousins is a good guy. I like him, but as a leader of my team, I'm not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan. He is, to me, Kirk Cousins is more about the paycheck than going to the Super Bowl. The guy that's like, come on, let's go, guys. Let's fucking go. We got to get this win. Kirk Cousins ain't that guy. You know, at times he could do that, but as a leader overall, you got to be on them. You got to be there when your players, you got to rally the troops. Kirk Cousins has not done that. I'm going to tell you something. If we go to the playoffs this year, and if we go 1 and out, we went as far as we did with Kirk Cousins last season with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and on our side we got Pat P. I mean, that defense is pretty bad. Like, we had one of the worst defenses, but Kirk Cousins couldn't beat the Giants. The Giants, they're not that good. They really aren't. We could have won that game. So Kirk Cousins has not proven to be an efficient leader that can get the job done. He's been with us for 6 years, and we haven't even been to a championship game. That's why Kirk Cousins should be a Viking. And I know what he has done for the Vikings. I appreciate what he has done. But being real, it's time to move on. 6 years. We have a new coaching staff in now. They're in their 2nd year. And I think we signed a veteran like Ryan Tannehill or Drew Lock. and draft a quarterback in the first round, and then we kind of start over because it's time to move on. We got we have a top 5 defense, or top 10 technically, and we got a top 5 offense. So Kirk Cousins, I wish you the best, my brother, but it is time to move on. My 3 teams, I think he'll probably sign with is either Patriots, the Commanders, and this is Patriots, Commanders, and the Falcons, because they'll get a new coach. And one of these teams Kirk Cousins projected to get a 2-year, $60 million deal, but but I think ultimately it's time to move on. He won't be. I don't think at the time he still won't be able to pass a physical yet. So it's still a bit of a risk there. I don't think the Vikings are ready to move on, start fresh, get a new quarterback in there. Ryan Tannehill being like a bridge quarterback or like a Drew Lock, who is doing decent, but I still don't think is really a franchise type of guy. And yeah, it's time to move on, guys. And I'm sorry, fresh. There's a lot. I've been debating with a lot of teams. They're like, "Oh, you're a Kirk Cousins here." I'm like, I don't hate Kirk Cousins. He's a good quarterback. I've always said that, but he is not the guy for the Vikings anymore. He's not gonna get the job done. He's proven that. And I know we have better defense, but still, man couldn't even stay healthy this season. So it's another factor. There's too many negatives right now. It's like there's more positives going to draft and drafting quarterback first round in a deep quarterback draft. So I think that's where the Vikings will go. There's a reason we haven't re-signed him, because Kevin O'Connell and Quincy know the reality of Kirk Cousins that some fans might be blinded to. But yeah, that is my take on Kirk Cousins. He'll probably take the process like he did with the Commanders. Kirk Cousins is looking for the best deal and the best situation, and he did want to resign with Redskins that year, but he wanted to take his chances in free agency, see what his value was, and Commanders moved on. They trade Alex Smith that year. Kirk Cousins, likely is going to do the same process. And yeah, I think Kirk Cousins, that's the end of his career as a Viking, is that injury, unfortunately. But he'll get his chance. He'll get his chance to play again. Someone's going to pay him a lot, because there's teams that are quarterback needy right now, and next season he'll have a big market. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the need, and welcome to Real Skull Talk.